been looking at the declassified CIA documents for the gateway process. You got the binary beats and all this stuff to try and tune your mind. And I'm looking into using your breath work to tune your body to the frequency of Earth. It's like 6 breaths, 5.5, 6 breaths per minute to tune your body to the Schumann Resonance of the Earth. And we have the binary beats, which are talked about in a lot of videos, but I was curious about because I found they're using infrared light to tap into a basic like the mind reading AI can do and all that stuff, and then basically your pineal gland has a light receptor on it, and one of the infrared is one of the lights that it's capable of sensing. So we have all these sensors. Is it possible to, well, I asked my AI if basically there's any reference to using light frequency in addition to the binary beats, and if the breath work had anything to do with anything going on. So can we super fine-tune the system to tap into these greater states of consciousness and stuff? And apparently there is some literature there. It does exist. What all it says, I'm not completely sure yet. I just discovered the light frequencies. But there are companies tapping into the infrared systems, reading your brain. Apparently infrared will travel through the skull and is capable of hitting the pineal gland and tuning your mind, as well as receiving signals to control specific machinery and stuff. It can also be used to create a link between you and an AI, as well as monitor your brain activity and stuff. What's funny is they've been claiming that the infrared on your phone that takes a picture of your face every 10 seconds has nothing to do with anything like that, even though the mind predictive, never mind. To be honest, all of this stuff that they claimed a long time ago where the AI is reading your mind with your phone, they are releasing information now that says that it was very well possible that that is a possibility, but that's not what we're talking about here today. Anyway, basically, can we? And I mean, to be honest, there's no way for me to specifically say other than to throw it out there for people to actually try. To say, hey man, put some headphones in, turn your YouTube on, and then have look up light frequencies, infrareds, just high frequency pulses, like in video games where that warning, this may cause seizures. That kind of light frequency is what we're looking into. And you have your breath work going on, you have your binary beats, you're tuning your mind, bro, and then have the fucking the light frequency going on, specific pulses, like at a you know, do some Molly and have this shit going on. I'm kidding, don't do Molly. But anyway, this needs to be further researched, and I'm only one person. You are a massive group. Do the studies, man. Check the light frequencies. Check the binary beats. Do the breath work. Write what happened. Create a journal. Start posting it, man. Share. These things need to be studied. This is where we tap into whether we're psychic or whether we can, because like if you think about it one way, if we're tuning the mind to be a perfect harmonic system, and my best friend is doing the same exact frequency as me, can we communicate with our minds? The logic says that yes, you can. None of us are tuning it to that specific of a frequency system, though. None of us are trying to tune our bodies that well to be able to communicate like that. Is it possible? According to every scientific, yeah, because you're designed just like a radio system. I mean, and if you can tune yourself fine enough, and we have all these outward, that means these are carrier waves. So the input from those carrier waves, can you send a mind signal on that carrier wave to somebody else that's tuning into that frequency as well? It should work like a CB radio. And if you're fine-tuned enough with the light, with the binary beats, with the breath work, you shouldn't have to talk. You should just be able to and think, and that thought could be read by someone else. That's exactly what they're doing with all these neural interfaces, and we are communicating in this. They're doing the studies using infrared light things. I forget what they're called, but the little stupid helmet that you put on your head. And basically it just reads the frequencies of your brain. So what if we use these inputs to finely tune our bodies? The breath is going to tune your heart. The sound is going to tune your mind. The light is going to tune your third eye. So, I mean, it's physically... The possibility exists. But we have to physically tune the instrument to be able to transmit the signal. And if we're all tuned to the same proper frequency, it's just like your phone. I mean, we have AT&T over here, we have Total Wireless or whatever, and then Verizon, and they're all different communities of systems. They're all based on different frequencies and different antennas. But if we tune, does that make sense? Like if you tune, you're going to tune you to the frequency A, and this dude over here, he's going to tune into frequency A. Can you communicate? What else can we do? And then we get into the work of John Keeley, where he tuned his... It is written in his papers that like he could use his mind to control machines. If he's tuned to a specific frequency and the machine is tuned to that frequency, do we create a link? This is the goal here. But I can't do it by myself. So, to be honest, you and your friend, man, take one of your friends. You take the binary beats, take the infrared light, and you take breath work, and you tune, and your buddy goes into the different room, or your buddy could go, the separate rooms is to start, and then separate houses and miles away, and the further, how far can we take this? The possibilities are endless, but it's more about tuning the system. You can use breath work to tune the body, the heart. And then we can use binary beats to tune the mind. And then we use infrared light to tune the third eye. You could also add visual lights going on. See what happens. These things need to be written down, studied, and tested. And not by some CIA secret organization. By a bunch of kids just hanging out and testing the what-ifs. That's what really needs to happen. Because until you actually are curious enough to study it, because everybody wants to see if magic's real, let's put some science behind it and test the theories. Let's tune the body, tune the instrument, tune the mind, tune the visual eye. Can we project images to each other? Can we project thought to each other? In any other system, like a stereo system, a CB radio, you have to fine-tune the system to get it to transmit to the same person who's transmitting on the same frequency as you. So let's tune the body to the same frequency and see what happens. The CIA reports out-of-body experiences. The CIA reports moving your mind to a different place in time and space, and actually visually seeing what's going on there. These are documented, proven things. Can you and your friends document and prove that you can communicate to each other if you tune your bodies to the correct frequencies? That is the biggest question that can be answered, because it's funny that Tesla is trying to patent telepathy, and if you can do it without his system, does he really deserve that patent? No. It shouldn't be a patented thing. This should be taught to generation, father to son, daughter, mother to daughter, same father to daughter, mother to son, whatever. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is this should be basic common sense. This should be basic experiments that we should be doing together. And once that we actually prove that it can be done by documenting it together, then we can prove these things. But I mean, until we check and look and study the stuff that the CIA is already confirming happens, we need to communicate with each other and stop fearing each other. Because that's the beginning of this tuning system, is the beginning of what would be considered a mind reading system. And are you brave enough to let me read your mind? Are you brave enough to tune to my frequency? Let's see. I believe in you. Try, man. What's the worst that can happen? It's like asking a chick on a date. What's the worst that can happen? She said no. Oh no. But according to the CIA, this is how the shit works. We should be tuning our receivers, our bodies, to a specific frequency. Tesla notified this. Every great mind notified this, or noted these possibilities. They didn't completely understand it. They called it tapping the acoustic record. What if we could tap each other? And it doesn't have to be, I know your darkest secret. It can be, he's thinking about a purple square. Something silly, dude. Until we check and actually look. But from a scientific standpoint, from a tuning frequency system, this would be the highest ability to physically tune your body and your mind to be able to transmit a thought. Because the light waves, everything, it's all frequency based. And if we tune our bodies to be specifically in tune with a specific frequency, and my buddy over here is in tune to the same exact frequency, the breath is the same, the sound is the same, the light is the same, and just thought itself is put on that carrier wave. And I mean, I think that's what these ancient bells are for. So check it, bro. Try it. Do it together. That's the secret, is stop trying to claim that you are the preferred owner of one specific thing when you realize that it's all of us and we're all just a mirror image of each other. And to test that out, we can do this. And in reality, are we transmitting a signal, or are we just accepting that we're connected to each other? That's really the biggest aspect of this. And does it matter? I mean, either way, I think it's possible that we can communicate like this. It's more about tuning the system. Prove me wrong. I doubt you can.